Fire off that live Facebook, baby.
There we go.
All right.
Hello, everybody.
I know. Hello. 105.7 KDMX. I'm Andy Rice. This segment sponsored by Choice Real Estate. Kim Fuller, the owner-proprietor
Yes, sir.
of Choice Real Estate, joins us most every Friday when you can. Thanks for, I knew you'd come crawling back.
Of course. I needed that battle on Facebook.
I know.
Thank you very much.
All right, so
Welcome home to me.
was your staff busy? Did they get some listings for you, man?
They got some listings. They put several things under contract. So life was good at the office while I was gone. But I don't think they want me to leave more often.
Do you remember a time in your 20 plus years in real estate that listings lasted so few days on the market?
No, the last couple of years have just been nuts with prices, with low inventory. It's just a different market today than it was 20 years ago, and learning what's going on has been a challenge a little bit, but yeah. It goes with the job and we expect it.
Do you still battle people who say, oh, well, it's a seller's market, I can ask anything I want for my home?
We do.
Okay.
We do. And it's like, well, you can, but within reason, because the appraiser has got to see that value.
Right.
And so that's been one of our challenges as well, is making sure that we're in line with the appraiser.
So basically, they got to believe you before they get to the bank and get shot down there, right?
Pretty much, yeah, definitely. Yeah, because the appraiser can shoot a deal down pretty quick.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Is it a shock to people that you can't just ask anything you want? Because like you said, you got to pull comps. You got to know what homes around you are selling for. Right. Or do people realize once you say, well, yeah, okay, that would be a wonderful price to get, except that's just not reasonable.
Right, unless you get a cash offer. And with the market changing the way it is and people moving in from the Front Range, some of these folks are selling a small home in Denver and coming out here and buying a bigger home for cash and may not need that appraisal. Okay. But it's a game, not really a game, but it's a challenge at times. So
it's a challenge.
It is, definitely. And what I was kind of thinking, going with that, you were talking about the loan stuff. When you go to buy a home or refinance a home, there's some fees out there that you've got to understand need paid at closing. And some sellers will help pay for those closing costs. Some say, no, I won't. So it's things you need to be aware of. If you're refinancing, I always tell people, well, what are your goals for refinancing? Are you going to stay in the home more than 3 to 5 years? Are you going to be in the home 7 to 10 years or longer? Because those upfront costs can really have an impact on whether dropping the interest rate will save you enough money for the upfront cost that you're going to incur. Because that's kind of a big thing, because you have your loan origination fee. Yeah. Either way, if it's a new purchase or refinance, which generally is 1%. Okay. If you want to buy the interest rate down, that's usually for 1 percentage point, it's 1% of the price of the loan. So if you're $100,000, it's a $1,000 fee to bring your interest rate down. Gotcha. They always run your credit report. Yeah. So that's $50, $60. Different lenders have different fees. Some of them have mortgage broker fees, underwriting fees that vary from lender to lender. So you always, when you're shopping for a loan, want to make sure that you talk to the lender and get a good faith estimate of what those fees are. Because they can range total fees anywhere from 3 to 6% of the purchase price or your refinance cost. And as you said, many of these fees are negotiable, yet another reason to have a realtor in the mix, because I don't know how to negotiate fees, interest, points, this and that. I don't know how to do that stuff. Right, and some lenders will do a little bit of negotiation, others won't. So sometimes you've got to play the lenders against each other and say, well, gee, I got this good faith estimate from this lender. Can you match it? Because they have a lot of hidden fees that you don't think about. Doc prep fees, underwriting fees, admin fees. They can really add up in a hurry. So you need to shop those around, and you always have to remember you have those prepaids as well, with prepaying your homeowner's insurance, prepaying if you have to have mortgage insurance, you've got to prepay that. If it's a VA loan, there's a fee there that's got to be prepaid. And then there's fees that are not lender controlled at all, which are your title insurance fees, your closing fee, recording fees, if you do a home inspection. So there's a lot of fees out there, and so we're able to sit down with folks and visit with you and say, help you find the perfect loan for you as well.
Help you navigate these too.
Yeah.
And it sounds to me, it almost sounds like, oh my God, there are all of these extra fees on there. How can anybody afford a house? Well, people buy houses literally every single day, which means
Exactly.
the fees don't add up to an unreasonable amount, but you have to know what you're dealing with. And all of that has to be disclosed at closing or before, right?
Before closing, yeah. Your lender is required to give you a good faith estimate up front. And then 3 days before we close, you have the hard figures, and this is what my loan's going to cost.
Right.
You have 3 days to look those over to make up your mind if you do want to go through with that. But you need to know up front where you're at with those. And like I said, they can range anywhere from 3 to 6% of the closing fee or your sales price, or if you're refinancing your loan. So you need to be aware of that, because I have seen people that have bought a $300,000 house whose closing fees were around $5,000, and people that have bought a $150,000 home whose closing fees are $7,000 or $8,000.
Wow.
So it varies widely. So you really need to shop that around and make sure that you're getting the best deal for you. Especially if you're refinancing. You don't want to spend $10,000 to refinance and then sell the house in 2 years, and all you're saving is $100 a month because you dropped your interest rate.
Yeah.
You've got to navigate that.
Again, the word is navigate, and it is like, it's not like a minefield, but it's like a maze, and you've got to know where to turn left, where to turn right, and the cheese at the end of that for us little mice is, of course, your new or new to you home.
Exactly. And a lot of this information is on the website under the information for buyers and sellers. There's an article, homesatchoice.com.
Okay.
You can find the article on the cost of acquiring a loan. I can't remember the name of the thing, but the link to click on.
Sure.
But if you go under the information for buyers and sellers, you'll find that down there under loan information. So you can kind of read that a little more there as well.
And that's just the website. Other ways to get a hold of you, obviously Facebook is a big thing, and you reply to the messages on Facebook as diligently as you do phone messages that people leave at 521-2735.
Exactly. Stop by the office at 111 North 3rd Avenue.
You make yourself available to people.
We are. Had a client that I had sold him a house and then sold his house, and now he's ready to buy over in Greeley again, and he just stopped by yesterday afternoon so we could visit and get that process started. So just stopping by is a good thing too.
It's a wonderful thing.
It is.
111 North 3rd Avenue in Sterling.
Yes.
Stop by and see him, make the call, reach out on Facebook or even through the website. And the website is Homes at Choice, but you spell the word at. Correct. So it's HOMESATCHOICE.com.
Yeah,
HomesAtChoice.com.
Just give us a call. We're here to help. We need listings. I'll put that plug in. I'm always begging for listings.
Always need listings.
Begging for listings. Please bring us your listings. We have buyers.
Absolutely. Buyers are standing in line.
They are. They are in every price range.
Kim, enjoy your weekend. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks.